Hi everyone! In our last video, we visited Rosy's room and learned how to change backdrops in our animations. But there was a very important little secret hidden in that lesson, something many of us didn't notice at all. In this video, we're going to discover that secret together. And guess what? Learning this hidden trick will be super important for the next videos too. There are always lots of fun things hidden around Scratch that we can discover and learn with a little curiosity and attention. These small tips are what help us make better and more interesting animations and games. Welcome to another deep dive video. Let's get started. First, we open our browser and go to the Scratch website. Then we click on Create to make a brand new Scratch project. I'm going to quickly rebuild the Rosy's room project so we can get to the important part as fast as possible. So I delete the extra things on the screen. I'll go through these steps very quickly. If you haven't watched the previous video, the jump into video related to this one, the link is in the description and you can watch that one first. Oh, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, this is a great moment to do it so you won't miss any new videos. Then I add a welcome message and a think block at the end too. And now, here comes the important part. Why did we add the switch backdrop to school block at the beginning? We're already starting on the school backdrop, right? So why do we need this block? What does it even do? When the current backdrop at the start of the animation is already set to Rosy's house, why should I add another switch backdrop to school block at the beginning of the code? Isn't that a bit strange? Let's delete it and see what happens. I remove the block, go to full screen and click the green flag. Everything looks fine. Rosy talks. We enter Rosy's room. She finishes her sentences. All good, but kids, do you want to try clicking the green flag again to watch the animation one more time? Look, now we're still inside Rosy's room. We didn't go back outside, and that's the problem. Every time we finish the animation, if we click the green flag again, Scratch doesn't put us back outside the house. We would have to go to the stage, open the backdrops, and change it back to school manually every single time. And that takes forever. So what is the smart solution? The solution was exactly the same code block we deleted. In fact, adding a switch backdrop to school block at the beginning of the code would easily fix the problem with running the animation multiple times. So I'm going to add that block again. We use the switch backdrop to school block at the beginning. That block tells Scratch, whenever the green flag is clicked before Rosy starts talking, send me outside the house. This is called initializing the project. It means setting everything to the correct starting point before the animation begins. At first, it looks like a useless block, But when we run the animation again and again, we suddenly understand how important it really is. It prepares a stage for us, just like setting the table before a meal. As our projects get more complicated, initialization becomes even more important. Many things must be set up before the story starts. So keep this tip in mind and make sure to practice it carefully in this project and in your future projects and pay attention to it. Alright, now let's watch the animation again with the block added. I'll let it finish. Rosy enters her room and the sentences end. Now, when I click the green flag again, perfect. It takes us back outside the house automatically. And that was the hidden tip of today's deep dive video. Hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next video where we'll learn more fun and exciting things together. Bye for now.